Nobody tells you this. But $10,000 a month doesn't change your life the way you think it will. It's not the cars, not the watches, and it's definitely not suddenly feeling rich. What actually changes is way more subtle and way more dangerous if you don't notice it. Because there's this weird switch that flips in your head when you hit consistent 5-figure months. The things that used to scare you, they stop feeling scary. The stuff that felt impossible suddenly feels normal. And that's when two very different paths open up. Some people hit $10,000 a month and accidentally stall there for years. Others use it as the exact moment their income explodes to 6 figures and beyond. Same money, completely different outcome. I've watched it happen with entrepreneurs, freelancers, business owners, and even people who thought $10,000 was the finish line. So in this video, I want to walk you through what really changes after $10,000 a month. Not the Instagram version, but the mental shifts, the new opportunities, the traps, and the reason this number is either a ceiling or a launch pad. If you're chasing this milestone right now, or you've already hit it and something feels different, stay with me. This video might explain more than you expect. So let's start with the first thing that changes. And yeah, this is the most important one. 1. Shift in mindset. Your mindset breaks before your income does. When you hit $10,000 a month consistently, something clicks. Not overnight, not dramatically, but quietly. The ceiling you didn't even realize you were living under just disappears. Before this point, most people are stuck in survival thinking. You're doing mental math every time you want to try something new. Can I afford this? What if it fails? What if I lose what I already have? At $10,000 a month, that fear loosens its grip. The big realization here is that money isn't random anymore. It's repeatable. You stop seeing money as luck and start seeing it as a system. You understand that if you can make $10,000 once, you can make it again, and more importantly, you can figure out why it happened. This is exactly what Warren Buffett meant when he said, "Risk comes from not knowing what you're doing." Once you've hit this level, you've proven to yourself that you do know what you're doing, at least enough to trust your decisions. Think about it like this. If you figured out how to get from 0 to 10, your brain stops asking, "Can I make money?" and starts asking, "How do I scale this?" That's the moment your thinking changes from employee-style thinking to owner thinking. A good modern example of this is someone like Ramit Sethi. He talks a lot about how people stay stuck, not because they can't earn more, but because they don't believe higher numbers are realistic for them. Once people cross a certain income threshold, their decisions get bolder, not reckless, but intentional. It's like learning to ride a bike. At first, balance feels impossible. You're overthinking every move. Then one day you're riding, and suddenly you're thinking about speed, direction, and distance instead of falling. That's what $10,000 a month does to your brain. You stop playing defense, you stop thinking small, and for the first time, you genuinely believe, okay, this can get much bigger. And once that belief is gone forever, everything else starts to change. Once that mindset shifts, the next thing you notice is this too. More money equals more opportunities. Money stops being something you protect and starts becoming something you deploy. Before $10,000 a month, most of your income has one job: survival. Rent, bills, expenses, maybe a little left over if you're lucky. Every dollar feels fragile, so you hold on to it tight. After $10,000, you finally have breathing room, and that breathing room creates options. Now, instead of asking, "Can I afford this?" you start asking, "Will this multiply?" This is where smart people separate themselves from lucky people. You can reinvest into your business, better tools, better systems, better marketing. Suddenly, growth doesn't feel slow and painful anymore. It feels intentional. You're not guessing, you're testing and scaling what already works. Jeff Bezos once said, "If you double the number of experiments you do per year, you're going to double your inventiveness." More money means more experiments, and more experiments mean faster growth. But here's the other shift that happens, and this one is crucial. You stop thinking only about income and start thinking about assets. This is where long-term wealth is built. Real estate that pays you every month, stocks that compound quietly in the background. Even things like gold or crypto, not as bets but as hedges and diversification. People like Ray Dalio didn't build wealth by chasing one income stream. They built it by understanding how money moves, how it protects itself, and how it grows in different environments. Think of it like this. Income is water you carry in a bucket. Assets are pipes you install. At $10,000 a month, you finally have enough water to start building pipes. And this is where life starts to feel different. Not flashy, not dramatic, but stable. You're no longer one bad month away from stress. You're building layers under your life that can support you long term. That's the real upgrade. More money doesn't just buy you things. It buys you options, leverage, and time if you use it correctly. And once those options exist, the way you work changes completely. Once you start earning $10,000 a month, you realize something that completely changes how you work. Your time is now more expensive than your money. 3. Time saving through delegation. Before this level, you do everything yourself. You answer emails, edit, manage small tasks, fix problems, not because it's efficient, but because it feels responsible. Saving money feels smarter than saving time. At $10,000 a month, that logic breaks. You start to see that doing low-value tasks is actually costing you growth. So you delegate. Slowly at first, a virtual assistant, a freelancer, a tool that automates something you used to do manually. This is exactly how people like Elon Musk and Tim Ferriss think about leverage. Ferriss famously said, "Being busy is a form of laziness, lazy thinking, and indiscriminate action." High earners don't work more hours, they protect the hours that matter. Instead of doing 10 small tasks, you focus on the 2 or 3 activities that actually move revenue, strategy, sales, partnerships, creation. Think of it like running a machine. If you're tightening every screw yourself, the machine never grows. But when you step back and design the system, output multiplies. Delegation doesn't mean losing control, it means freeing your attention. And once your attention is focused on high-impact work, productivity doesn't increase by 10 or 20%, it often doubles or triples. This is where income stops scaling linearly and starts scaling intelligently. 4. Improved lifestyle. One of the quieter changes after $10,000 a month is how daily life starts to feel easier. Not extravagant, just lighter. You stop checking grocery prices line by line. You buy the better laptop instead of fighting with a slow one. You wear clothes that fit well and make you feel put together, not because you're flexing, but because how you show up starts to matter. These things sound small, but they change your energy. Morgan Housel talks about this idea often, that the real value of money isn't luxury, it's control and peace of mind. When small financial stress disappears, your brain has more space to think clearly and act confidently. But here's the important part. You're still not buying supercars. You're not casually dropping 6 figures on watches. And that's actually a good thing, because this stage isn't about excess. It's about momentum. You can see progress now. You feel the upgrade. And that motivation feeds your discipline instead of killing it. Think of it like moving up a few rows on a plane. You're not flying private, but the legroom is better and the ride feels smoother. And once you taste that difference, you don't want to go backward. That subtle lifestyle upgrade becomes fuel. It reminds you that the system is working and that there's more ahead. And as your lifestyle improves, something unexpected starts happening. The rooms you enter begin to change. 5. Networking and opportunities. When you can afford better clothes, conferences, masterminds, or industry events, you're not just upgrading your appearance, you're upgrading your environment. And environment matters more than most people realize. At lower income levels, networking feels forced, awkward, like you're asking for something. At $10,000 a month, you show up differently. You're not desperate, you're curious, confident, and credible. This is something Jim Rohn talked about years ago when he said, "You are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with." Once you're in better rooms, that average rises fast. Think about someone like Mark Cuban. He didn't succeed because he had secret knowledge. He put himself around people building real businesses and learned by proximity. A single conversation at the right event can save you years of trial and error. A casual introduction can turn into a partnership, and a shared idea can unlock an entirely new income stream. It's not luck, it's access. $10,000 a month doesn't just buy nicer things, it buys proximity to opportunity. And when opportunity is close enough to touch, progress accelerates in ways hard work alone never could. The next change is one of most underrated upgrades, which is what happens to your health. 6. Health and well-being. You eat better food, not because it's trendy, but because you can afford consistency. You join a gym you actually enjoy going to. You stop delaying doctor visits or dental care because of cost, and that changes everything. High performers understand something simple. Energy is currency. People like Richard Branson have said repeatedly that fitness isn't optional, it's a productivity tool. When your body feels strong, your decisions get sharper, your stress drops, and your endurance increases. Before $10,000 a month, health often gets postponed. I'll work out later. I'll fix this when I have more time, but later never really comes. At this level, health becomes part of the system, not an afterthought. Think of it like maintaining a high-performance engine. You wouldn't put cheap fuel into a machine you rely on every day. Your body is no different. Because the truth is, the lifestyle you're building only works long-term if you're healthy enough to enjoy it and strong enough to keep going. Next is something that most people don't like to talk about. 7. Beware of pitfalls. $10,000 a month can make you comfortable, and comfort can quietly kill momentum. For some people, this number feels like enough. The urgency fades, the hunger softens, and without realizing it, progress slows. This usually comes from overconfidence. You start thinking the system will always work. You stop testing. You stop learning. You stop pushing. Charlie Munger once warned that the biggest investment risk is not volatility, it's complacency. And that's exactly what happens here. People mistake stability for safety. They assume because income is coming in now, it always will. But markets change. Platforms shift. Businesses age. What worked once won't work forever. Think of it like coasting downhill on a bike. It feels smooth until the road flattens out and you realize you stopped pedaling a long time ago. The most dangerous thing about $10,000 a month isn't failure, it's stagnation. This is where many people get stuck, not because they can't grow, but because they stop intentionally growing. The ones who keep winning treat this milestone like a checkpoint, not a finish line, because comfort is nice. But momentum is what actually builds wealth. Last but not least, the people who truly benefit from $10,000 a month understand one thing: 8. Momentum and the next goal. This number isn't the destination, it's the engine. At this level, momentum finally exists. You've proven you can build systems, generate demand, and sustain income. And momentum, when maintained, compounds faster than effort ever could. This is where the question shifts again. Not, can I do this? But what's the next version of this? 6 figures a year used to feel massive. Now it feels logical. People like Naval Ravikant often talk about leverage, code, media, systems, and teams. $10,000 a month gives you access to all of that. You're no longer pushing the boulder alone. You're building machines that push for you. Think of it like pushing a flywheel. At first, it barely moves. Then it starts turning. And eventually, the momentum carries itself, as long as you don't stop feeding it. The mistake is thinking you can relax now. The opportunity is realizing you can scale intelligently. The next milestone isn't about working harder, it's about refining, multiplying, and protecting what already works. Because once momentum is on your side, 6 figures isn't a dream anymore. It's just the next stop. So yeah, that's the real truth about $10,000 a month. It's not a finish line, it's a filter. It shows you who keeps building and who gets comfortable. If you're chasing this number right now, don't just focus on hitting it. Focus on what you'll do once it stops feeling exciting. And if you're already there, be honest with yourself for a second. Are you still pushing forward, or are you just maintaining what you've built? If this video hit home, let me know in the comments. And I want your ideas for the next video. What do you actually want me to cover next? Drop it below in the comments section, and I will make sure to make the next video on your chosen topic. So see you there in next video. Until then, cheers.